My dear students, let me welcome you to my educational video on assignment problem. This is in continuation with my the earlier videos on assignment problem. Here I have a case of assignment problem which was appeared in the MBA exam of Delhi University MBA 1996-98. Okay, question paper problem. Okay, I'm going to discuss now. It says that there are five typists and there are five jobs to be allocated so that the overall cost of allocation is minimum. I repeat it again. Okay, this is an assignment problem which was appeared in the Delhi University 1996-98 question paper, MBA question paper problem, and this is what exactly the data is all about. The assignment problem is not well structured. This is not given in the ready to consider as a assignment problem, or what I mean to say that in its matrix form. It's not in the matrix form, but the data is bit unstructured. The data is bit unstructured. The data is not in its ready form to take it for further steps to process. And we need to have the matrix form of your assignment. Let me brief about what exactly data is given to you. And it says that there are five types: A, B, C, D, and E. And again, there are five different jobs: P, Q, R, S, and T. And again, the data says that the rate per hour, it differs from typist to typist. Typist A charges 5 rupees per hour, B charges 6 rupees per hour, C charges 3 rupees per hour, D charges 4 rupees per hour, and E charges again 4 rupees per hour. And again, their typewriting speed, again that varies. They say that A has got the speed, they say that 12 pages per hour, that's what the A's potential is, and 14 pages per hour, that is what the potential of B. Again, C, it is 8 pages per hour, D 10 pages per hour, and E is 11 pages per hour. That's what I said, the data is not structured well. I need to have the structured form of data in its matrix form, the jobs to be processed, PQRST, and the type is to be allocated like PA, PB, PC, PD, PE, like that. Again, QA, QB, QC, QD, QE, and this matrix to be evolved first. Then I can go for applying the assignment problem. Now, the data, the problem continues. The data again says that, okay, there are five jobs, P, Q, R, and S, and T, and the total number of pages. If you say job P, there are 199 pages to be typed. And if you say Q, there are 175 pages to be typed. R, 145 pages to be typed. S, 298 pages to be typed. And T, 178. Okay, as the job is varying, the number of pages is also varying. I mean to say that pages to be typed. And here the jobs, they have got a variance, different kind of requirements. Rate per hour is also varying, and I can say the speed, typewriter, the typing speed of different typists is also varying. That's what I can say their kind of potential. And given this kind of situation, given this kind of data, how to have the allocation from, I can say, A to A, B, C, D, E, and to be allocated to job PQRST, and how to have this kind of allocation so that the overall cost of allocation should be the least. This is what exactly the case is all about. Now, if I look at the problem here, I can say that, look at the case, look at the data. If you say that, I can have the simple matrix like this. Okay, look at this. And if you say that it is A, B, C, D, E, and if you say that this is about the typist, and if you say the jobs, Again, I have PQRST, and if you say this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S, and this is T. Now I can have a dummy matrix like this. You say that this is PA, again this is PB, this is PC, this is PD, and again this is PE. Similarly, we are going to have QA, QB, QC, QD, QE. Again RA, RB, RC, RD, RE. For each and every cell, like a one-to-one matrix, for every cell, I am going to have a kind of cost allocation, or I am going to have a kind of cost value, and that cost value will be matched so that okay, your allocation will be at the end. Your allocation is going to be minimum. As I can say, that's what the requirement is. Z minimum. I say this is about assignment problem to minimize the overall cost. But you can watch my next video also for assignment problem to maximize the profit. Revenue maximization also will be discussed maybe after this. Okay, now if you say this, okay, PA, PB, PC, PD, PE, and again if you continue like this, I'm going to have 5 cross 5 matrix. Means to say that there are 5 rows and 5 columns. Number of rows and number of columns are equal, and therefore the assignment problem is balanced. First, this needs to be identified whether the given assignment problem is balanced or not balanced. Because balanced or unbalanced, the procedure is going to be a bit different. Now we have identified that. By making use of this data, I can construct a matrix of allocation, okay, like this 5 cross 5 matrix, PA, PB, PC, PD, PE, like that. Again, I'm going to have each and every cost calculation, each and every cost allocation. I can say that, or I can say here P to A. If job P is allocated to A, what is the cost element that can be put in this particular cell? And if you say job P is allocated to B, what is the cost? And if you say that the cost matrix is evolved, if you say that the cost matrix is developed, then it is very easy for me to have the assignment problem to solve for my maximization objective, or for my maximization requirement. Assignment problem to minimize the cost, not for maximization. Now, let me tell you how to have how to evolve this cost matrix. Now look at this. You have 199 pages, typist A, job P, 199, and again pages typed per hour, 12 pages, and the rate is 5. Then how to have my PA calculation? If you say PA, the total number of pages, it is 199, correct? Rate per hour, pages typed per hour, that is 12. Job P and typist A I am calculating. Now, what is the cost? That is rate per hour. This is 5. Okay, this is how I am going to calculate. Now, similarly, if you say PA, then I can go for PB. If you say PB, look at this. Again, the number of pages available is 199. Look at the calculation, how they're going to change. Now it's 199 there. I'm doing for the job P and the typist B. The cost element I'm calculating 199. And if you say B, okay, it is 14 pages typed per hour. That's what his speed is. 14 pages typed per hour into the rate is 6. Got my point? Okay, look at the variations, how we are getting. Now we say PC again. This 199 is as it is. Now we say C, the speed is 8 pages typed per hour and the rate is 3. Next, if we say PD, the PD is going to be, look at the number of pages for job P, 199. Now, if you say PD, the speed is 10, 199 divided by 10, and the rate for D is going to charge 4 rupees per hour. Next, similarly, If you say PE, again that is 199 for E. PE allocation 199. And look at the E speed here. He is going to type 11 pages per hour. And for E, it is again 4 rupees. It is into 4. 199 divided by 11 into 4. 199 divided by 10 into 4. 199 divided by 199 divided by 8 into 3. 199 by 14 into 6. 199 divided by 12 into 5. Similarly, I can develop for, I can say, now it is P series is over. I can take Q, QA, QB, QC, QD and QE. Next, similarly, I can go for RA, RB, RC, RD and RE. Next, I can go for SA, SB, SD, SE and again TA, TB, TC, TD and TE. If you do these calculations, we are going to get a matrix, okay, called as, these are all the cost elements that I can have after the calculations which I have shown. This is what exactly the cost matrix is of 5 cross 5. Okay, you can please go for checking these values. I have taken the approximation. This is type is A, B, C, D and E. Jobs P, Q, R, S and T. Now if you say this is my PA, this is my PB, this is my PC, this is my PD and this is PE. Next, it's going to be second one QA, QB, QC, QD and then QE. Next, this is RA, RB, RC, then RD, next RE. Next, this is SA, SB, SC, SD and then SC. Next is again TA, TB, TC, TD and then TE. So this is what exactly representation is. I have 5 rows and then 5 columns. If you say PA, you have to take this value 199 divided by 12 into 5. And now this PA is going to be 83. Now PB is going to be 85. PC is going to be 75. All in rupees. Next PD is 80. Next PE is 73. Similarly, I can go for calculating QA, QB, QC, QD and all. And I am not going to show all the calculations here on the board. Okay, this is what exactly one sample I have shown. Similarly, you can go for rest of the calculations too. And this is what exactly the matrix we have evolved. Now, let me give you the cost elements for the matrix. If you say the cost elements, I say one side we have the typist here. This is A, B, C, D and then E. This is my typist. Now the jobs are P, Q, R, S and T. Okay, this is what the jobs are. Now this is the jobs to be processed or to be allocated. Now the cost matrix is this. It is 83 here. Next 85, 75, 80 and then 73. For Q series it is 73, 75, 66, 70 and then 64. Next this is 60, 62, 54, 58, 53. Next 124, 127, 112, 119, 108. Now for T series, it is 74, 75, 67, 71, and then 65. And the students are requested to take this as an exercise to evolve this matrix. I have shown only calculations for only P and rest of the calculations Q and R and S and T. Okay, you can go with the same lines which I have shown in my earlier discussion. Now after this, after once you have this 5 cross 5 matrix, as I said here, number of rows and number of columns, they are same. Therefore, okay, you can say AP is what? AP is balanced. This is very important thing to be identified. This is what exactly very much required. You need to identify whether it's balanced or not balanced, whether rows and columns are same or not. If they're same, that's fine. If not same, you are going to have hypothetical row as well as hypothetical column with 0 values, and then we proceed. Okay, now there is no such kind of complication here. We are not going to introduce or insert any of the hypothetical rows or hypothetical columns, but I am going for my row minima. If it's a row minima, I need to identify the minimum. Row minima. If we say row minima, in the first row, the minimum is 60. Here, the minimum is 62. And here, the minimum is 54. Here, the minimum is 58. And here, next column is, next row is, the minimum is 53. Now, you say that the first row, the minimum is 60. The second row, the minimum is 62. Third row, minimum is 54. Next, 58 and 53. Please look at the matrix again. You just check for the minimum values as it is as what you are supposed to do now. See, first row, it is 83, 73, 60, 124 and 74, and each and every element we compared, the least to be taken. Here the least is there. Once you identify the least, next I am going to have my revised matrix. The revised matrix is going to be 83 minus 60, 73 minus 60, 60 minus 60, 124 minus 60, 74 minus 60. Likewise, I am going to have the subtractions, okay, corresponding to that minimum values. Now, I am going to have my revised matrix. Now, the revised matrix is going to be, please check it again. Okay, I have other minimum values. Okay, and then I'm going to have this row minimum operation. This is 23. Again 23 here. 21, 22, and then 20. That is 83 minus 60, 85 minus 62, 75 minus 54, 80 minus 58, 73 minus 53. I am doing it column wise. Now, next is 13, 13, next 12, 12, and then 11. Now, we say that here 73 minus 60, 75 minus 62, 66 minus 54, 70 minus 58, 64 minus 53. 64 minus 53 is 11. And next, we go over R, it is going to be completely 0. 60 minus 60 is 0. Again 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at the case here. One complete column is 0 now. Now similarly, okay, I am going to have my S column as 64, 65, 58, next 61, next 55. This is, if you say it is 124 minus 60, 127 minus 62, 112 minus 54, 119 minus 58, 108 minus 53. Now you say 108 minus 53 is 55, and similarly we did the subtraction here. Next we go for T, that is going to be 74 minus 60, that is 14. Next that is 75 minus 62, that is going to be 13. Next 67 minus 54, again that is 13. 67 minus 54, that is 13. Next 71 minus 58, 71 minus 58, 71 D, 78 minus 58, 70, this is 13 again. Next is 65 minus 53, that is 12. Now this is what the row minima is. Next you have to go for column minima. Now if you say column minima, here each and every column has got some minimum value. This is 20 is minimum here. Next 11 is minimum here. Here it is 55 minimum. Next you say here 12 is minimum. Now once the column minimas are identified, anyway here it is 0 is minimum. Now we say here it is going to be 23 minus 20, that is 3. I am speaking about the column minima, column minima operation of the revised matrix. Again 23 minus 20, 21 minus 20, 22 minus 20, 13 minus 11, 13 minus 11, 12 minus 11, 12 minus 11 again, 11 minus 11. That is again this column remains same. Now this is 64 minus 55, 65 minus 55, 58 minus 55, 61 minus 55, 55 minus 55. Now we said 12 minimum here, 14 minus 12, 13 minus 12, 13 minus 12, 13 minus 12, 12 minus 12. Now based on this column minima, we are going to have the revised matrix as the revised matrix in the second step. And I have this revised matrix A, B, C, D, E. The type is next P, Q, R, S, T, P, Q, R, S, and then T. I have this revised matrix as 3, 3, 1, 2, 0. Next 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, again 0 here. Next this whole column is 0 because of that no row operation. Next is 9, 10. This is 9, 10, 3, 6, 0. Next is 2, 1, 1, 1 and then 0. This is the revised matrix after performing column minimum. Now look at this. We have zeros in each and every row. The rule says that identify the rows, identify the column having minimum number of zeros. Now the first row we have the minimum zeros. This is only single zero, and I am going to cancel all the zeros here in the corresponding column and in the corresponding row. If you find any zeros, discard them. Now look at this. Here we don't find any zeros. Here we don't find any zeros. Here also we don't find any zeros. But here there are some zeros. It doesn't matter. You just mark this. Now you are going to cancel all these zeros. Now identify how many rows we have got the allocation. At the same time, how many rows we don't have the allocation. Now look at this. Identify the rows having no allocation. Tick them. Tick all unallocated rows. And here is one unallocated row. And again here is a row not allocated. And here is a row not allocated. The procedure of Hungarian method says, after performing column minima and if the results are not optimized, go for applying Hungarian procedure. The Hungarian procedure says that identify the rows having no allocation, then tick that particular corresponding row. Once that corresponding row is ticked, go according to that particular row there, identify the discarded zero. Now look at this. I am going here the discarded 0 here, and in that particular column there is an allocation. tick that respective column and the respective row. The procedure to be followed. In the beginning, we say that unallocated rows are identified and tick. Now after that, identifying the unallocated row, go in that unallocated row direction, and if you find any discarded zeros over there, okay, in that respective column and the row, if you have any allocations, you need to tick both column and the row. Look at this. Here it's a row having a discarded zero here, and in that respective column, look at this. Just observe my the hand movement here, the pen movement. Look at this. Now here is an allocation, and once this allocation is there, tick that column and also the respective row. Now after this, again look at this. Here we don't find any of such allocations here. Again here you don't find any of such allocations. And here that doesn't matter, and here is already one allocation is there. There is no tick to be added. Now draw lines to unticked rows and ticked columns. Unticked rows. Unticked row is this, and ticked column is this. Draw lines to unticked rows and ticked columns and ensure that all the zeros to be on the lines, whether it's a horizontal row or a vertical row, and all the zeros to be on these lines. Look at this, 0, 0, 0, 0, all the lines are there and the 0 on the line. Again here also it's there on the line. Now once it is done, identify the least uncovered. Here the least covered is 1 and this of course is repeated. Now once the least uncovered is identified, this least uncovered to be added to the intersecting point. Here is one intersecting, and we have complete uncovered, we have to subtract it, and we have one single line. Say this is going to be retained now. Retain all partially covered or partially uncovered elements, and this is going to be retained, this is going to be retained, this is going to be retained, this is going to be retained. Now because of 0 it is on this intersection mark, this is going to be +1. Now here in the case of revised matrix, this is going to be 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 1, and retain. 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, you retain. Next you retain this 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is going to be 1 now. Now this is 1 is the least one, 9 minus 1, 10 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 6 minus 1. Now this is 2 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, again 1 minus 1, and you have to return this. The procedure says that wherever this intersection is there, okay, I add that minimum number, and when I have a number like uncovered elements or partially uncovered elements on the single row like this, maybe a row or a column, you are going to retain these numbers, and you have a completely uncovered. Now uncovered, if you say uncovered, you have to subtract these uncovered from your minimum number. If you say 9 minus, this is going to subtract 9 minus 1. Say uncovered. If you say 3 minus 1. If you say 2 minus 1. If you say 1, it is uncovered, and I am going to say having the subtraction 1 minus 1. From itself I am going to subtracting it. This is what exactly the Hungarian procedure is. Now the revised matrix is going to be, now the revised matrix, okay, I am by applying all these procedures, okay, now I am going to have the matrix altered. Once the Hungarian method is applied, Hungarian procedure is applied, I am going to have my solution or a revised matrix here. Again the type is ABCDE. This is ABCDE. Again I have the jobs P, Q, R, S and T. Now you say the typists and the jobs are marked. Now the revised matrix is going to be, this is 2, 2, 0, next 1 and then 0, next this is 1, 1, 0, 0 and again 0. Now this is 0 here, 0 here, again 0 here, 0 here, and this is 1. This 1 is because of that no intersection mark. Next is, okay, this is 8, 9 minus 1 is 8, and this is 9, 10 minus 1 is 9, and earlier it was 3, now this is 2. Now earlier it was 4, now it is 5, less 1. And again it was 1 there, sorry, it was no, the 0, I'm going to retain this, one single line. Next, this is going to be 1, 0, 0, 0, and then 0. Once we have this row minima, column minima, and then allocations and Hungarian method is applied, again I have to go for identifying the row having single 0. Now if you say single 0, here is one single 0 identified. Single 0, that is the corresponding row, the 0 and that corresponding row to be marked. Now this is row A, type is K, there is only one 0. And once this is allocated, the corresponding column zeros and the row zeros to be deleted, to be discarded. Once this is done, look at this, here you have only one 0, you mark it, and these two zeros are cancelled, so 3 zeros are cancelled. Next, after this we have two zeros, now we have only one 0 here, give prominence to this 0, now this is done, and this is done, discarded. Now we have only one 0 again here, this is marked, now it is cancelled, now we are left with only this 0. See here, in the first row it was only one 0 and this is marked and lesser zeros are cancelled. Now once these things are cancelled, I am left with this 0, it is marked and these zeros are cancelled. Respective row and the respective column zeros should be deleted once we have the allocation in that particular row or the column. That means say that ensure that only one allocation to the respective row and the respective column. There should not be any duplication. No two allocations should be there in that one single row or in that single column. That needs to be ensured. This is what the purpose is all about. Now, once this is done, okay, look at this. Once this is marked, now I am left with, okay, this particular 0 here. Now the corresponding zeros are cancelled. Now, okay, this 0 and this 0, we have got the allocation. Now the allocation is allot R job to A, T job to B, T job to B, next P job to C, Q job to D, and next I say S job to E. This is what exactly the allocation is. Now the allocations are, now I can say optimize this reached because I have 5 rows, I have 5 columns, and even I have the optimization allocations is equal to 5. I have reached because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Each job and each typist is matched. That allocation is done. Now I need to calculate the cost. Now let me have this allocation schedule. The allocation schedule speaks about what is the optimum schedule that we have evolved or discovered. Like now this is like A to R, next B to T, here this is the typist, this is the typist now one side, now this is the jobs. Now A job is given to R, B job is typist A is allocated with R job, B is allocated with T, next C is allocated with the job P, next D is allocated with Q, now E is allocated with S. The costs are, if you look at the previous or the original cost matrix what evolved, A to R is 60. You can compare the original matrix, the given matrix, what we have calculated, the cost matrix. Now B to T, if you say B to T, that is 75. Next, if you say C to P, again this is 75. Okay. Next, D to Q. If you say D to Q, this is 70. Next, E to S. E to S is 108. If we say E to S is 108, now this is what the schedule is. A to R, B to T, C to P, D to Q, E to S. With these, the cost, now the total cost is 388 rupees. This is the minimum. Now, we can recommend that typist A and job R, there is a match. B with T, C with P, D with Q, E with S, so that the overall cost of allocation is minimum. That is what exactly my objective is. This is Z minimum is achieved, and this is equal to 388 rupees. This is Z minimum 388. This is the solution. Okay. My request to the students is that you need to check the cost matrix based on what exactly the method I have shown to you. I have just explained only one column calculation. The rest of the calculations you need to verify, and then you proceed as per the Hungarian procedure is suggested. That's it for today. Thank you very much.